But girl bosses are waking up. Another reaction of a video by Brad Cooper. As you can see, she's here in her new studio. Now, about the topic, as usually before we start, I discuss the topic. Genuinely, let's define what is a girl boss before I start actually talking about this. Because a lot of people can describe it really differently. So I think the best thing we could do is start watching the video, and then we're going to understand if we should or we shouldn't be exaggerating in some way, so to say. Well, I mean, I don't care. Okay, let's just begin the reaction. Less talk, more action. More watching, then commenting.
Welcome back to the comment section. I'm Brett Cooper. So we have done many episodes, many over the last 2 years about the pitfalls of feminism, and recently we have talked
like before, yes.
Many episodes, many over the last 2 years about the pitfalls of feminism, and recently
if a reaction gets over 100 views, it's usually a good reaction on YouTube. Out of these 6 videos, I reacted to 2 of them. This got over 140, this got over 700. Explain me, please, somebody explain me why this channel fans just love Brad Cooper. I promise, one day I will eventually collaborate with her. Like, seriously, because this love is really interesting to me. It's not that I'm against you supporting her, but I just want to know why. Tell me.
Recently, we have talked about how Gen Z is making very different choices and straying from the millennial girl boss trajectory in favor of finding and being in their soft girl era.
Get it, girl.
They're avoiding the grind at all costs. We did an episode about that when I was back in Hungary. We can link it below in case you're interested. But we haven't
over 700.
really discussed what's going to happen to these millennial girl bosses or how they got there in the first place, and that's what we're going to do today. Before we do, though, make sure that you like this video, subscribe to this channel if you have not already, and ring that notification bell so that you never miss a comment section upload. So in general,
same for you who is watching zynoVII7. I can see there are people on the stream watching it right now from YouTube, so please subscribe. And also those who are watching this in replay. We really will appreciate this because our next milestone is 50 subscribers. So don't hesitate, just click the button.
In general, a lot of women have started to wake up, and they are realizing that what third-wave feminism fed them and promised them isn't all it's cracked up to be. I mean, I cannot tell you how many videos come across my TikTok page, my X feed, all of it, that are just like this.
Man, I feel lied to by the culture. But I'm gonna take full responsibility there, man. I fell for it. I fell for the boss bitch.
Obviously.
I could do everything by myself, that hyper independent bullshit. And I'm 31 now, and I still don't have kids. I still don't have a family. I was focused on trying to get after the bag and all this. Yo, what? I'm in a place now in my life where I'm reevaluating everything.
Music.
My values, my perspectives, what I really want in the future. And what I really want is a family. I feel like social media or just everything around us, society.
You're 31. It makes you 20 while social media wasn't even a real thing. Like, obviously it was already there, but if you're going to actually try to convince me that Instagram in 2012 was an actual thing, you're gonna need to find someone else, because I've been really sitting on it for a long time now. I mean, I get what you're trying to say, just like pick the right words. You're trying to deliver a good message, just like don't make sure that there's not going to be someone who's going to be able to like find this argument and take away from the main message you're trying to deliver.
Society in general wants to push that the woman is the future. No, the family is the future.
Yes, holy thank God. You know, I'm sorry that I interrupted too much this reaction, but I also don't like when people when especially these women who are getting out, so to say, of their girl boss status, and they're going out and saying, "Yeah, we were so wrong. Women are not that actually good. We're actually super bad," and they're just, like, starting to shit on themselves. Like, the I don't know how people often don't understand it, but in order to achieve something big, you need a team. And in order to create life, to continue the next generation, so to say, which is a win, because if you're alive, you can do something, and so should start from there. You need men and women. So I agree with her. Family is the future. Family is the only thing that could save us every generation. No matter how good the generation lives, no matter how bad the generation lives, the only hope that we actually have is in family, because it continues the basically population, which gives us more chances every single day. Thank you, Wom. Like, I don't know you, but really thank you for that comment.
So good. I love that video. I reacted to it in another episode. I think we might have even done it as a short, but I wanted to bring it back a third time because it is so good. Because she's not just reading some script and saying, I'm angry because I did this and I want a husband now or whatever. Like, you're watching this video and in real time, she's trying to figure out, what did she spend all of these years focusing on? I think that might be my favorite part of the video, is her just going like, I don't even know what I was doing. Like, I was lied to and I fell for it. I have no idea what I was actually focusing on because it doesn't really matter. And so many women around her age are reevaluating their lives, reevaluating what the hell they were focused on for the last 10 or 15 years, and are realizing that they probably want to change everything. And to me, it's heartbreaking because these women, they really were lied to. The feminist marketing machine of the last 30 years was insane, and not leaning into it, that's a Sheryl Sandberg joke,
I am a woman.
was considered the weird and non-traditional path. If you didn't do that, you were considered the black sheep. I can't tell you how many times I've talked to my mom about this and how her choosing to stop her career, to stay home and raise my brothers before she had me, was considered absolutely crazy. And people would look at her and go, Diane, you were so smart. Like, you had all of these things going for you. You were working in publishing. You were working in real estate. Why would you do this? And she was like, well, this is what makes me happy. They could not wrap their head
Hallo, mein lieber Freund. Ich suche nach einem Traumkunden. Wirklich, nach einem Traumkunden.
around it.
Yeah, really a US thing. Like, genuinely a US thing. You cannot find this in Eastern Europe. Like, I've maybe it got popular among some of the recent generation, but trust me, it's not really a hyped thing. So yeah, come to Eastern Europe, people. Such a nice place. Specifically Ukraine. Not now, but yeah, Eastern Europe is good.
She was considered odd. She was made fun of. She was mocked. In her 30s, as an adult woman, she was mocked for making this choice and prioritizing her family and her children. But now, these millennial women who did not choose the other path, they chose to do the normal thing that was given to them. As they inch closer to middle age, they hit their 30s, they're taking a good long look at their lives, and many do not like what they see. In the comments of that video, one person said the 30s will do that. It's like a switch gets flipped, family over everything. But the sad thing is, that used to just be the norm. From the beginning, from your childhood, family was everything. That is where you put your priorities. Now it's
I think also, now that it's actually the first time that I thought about it, so I'm going to try to formulate it. One of the reasons a lot of the people, when they grow up, they realize that they always, like, so to say, they want a family, or they always wanted a family, is because when they die eventually, or are closer, you know, a single person will eventually die thinking that this is the end, right? And for a person who has a family, who has children, perhaps grandchildren, well, they don't technically die. Like, yeah, they as a person die, but the legacy is still there. Their, I don't want to materialize, but their product, so to say, is still alive and is still pushing the message, delivering the thoughts. Like, the bloodline is still hitting. And in these, like, their last moments, maybe, again, I don't know, it's just the first thing that for the first time it came to my head, That's like the real reason why a lot of the people want this family, because it really does prolong your stay on Earth. Yeah, I should publish this. You should publish this on X, definitely.
It's like you have to mature and age into realizing that that is what is most important,
Maybe
which is
after
very
the
sad.
video.
Another person said, this is how you will heal our society. Glad to see more women waking up. Another girl said, I'm glad I'm realizing this at 26. I think she's meaning to say I still have a lot of time. Hopefully God puts that good man in my path. Another woman said, yes, I blame Beyonce. Independent woman song, the programming started in high school. I mean, that could be just a whole other episode and going through all the cultural icons and the entertainment that furthered this idea.
I mean, to be fair, I don't know really the message of Beyonce. Maybe she did deliver some, so to say, feminist message, like not actual feminist messages, but she was a singer. To be fair, she, like, singers aren't necessarily those who push it, celebrities in general, because there were celebrities even in the 1960s. Yet, nobody would call Marilyn Monroe a girl boss, so to say. But she was a celebrity. She was famous. She was successful and rich. But she was never a girl boss. Like, she was a woman. Like, casually, I don't know. You named them: Whitney Houston, Bonnie Tyler. Those are the singers that I just remembered. It's exact same story, maybe with less hype, but the general idea was the same. Play video, play.
Women do not need anything or anyone except their career and themselves to be happy. Just filling your life with plant babies and fur babies will not suffice. That doesn't mean that I don't love my dogs, though. And
because you love your dogs, you get free advertisement, and I don't get paid for it, so I skip it.
common sense, my friend. Now, around the same time that I saw that TikTok back in December, I was sent this story. 38-year-old woman decides that she wants a baby and claims that she has been betrayed by feminism. And on Twitter, this got 8.8 million views. And the comment
Wait, I have a question. Like, I haven't seen the video, and I'm not going to really bother looking for it right now. But what do they mean by betrayed by feminism? I genuinely, I'm trying to understand in what way did feminism betray them? That they said they're gonna feel happy. Like, can someone please explain to me this, brother? I'm not sitting here trying to defend feminism. I'm not sitting there trying to defend the movement that is now called feminism, because I differentiate these two ideas. But what I'm trying to understand is, like, the screams are always too loud, no matter which side you're on. Let's keep the voice down and kind of try to talk about it.
were lit up. So this article is about a woman who did a video for Fox. That's what the screen grabs are from. And she got very vulnerable about her life and her choices and all of it. But she was brought on to Fox because of an open letter that she wrote for Business Insider earlier in the fall. And I cannot believe I did not see this until last month because it is so good. And her open letter is entitled, "I'm 38 and single, and I recently realized that I want a child. I am terrified that I've missed my opportunity." And I'm going to read you some snippets, but I highly recommend you go read the whole thing. It's free. It's an easy read. Now, basically, this woman, she got married young, and then she decided that she did not want to be a wife or mother. And she began to resent the man she married for wanting a stay-at-home wife when that is what she had actually agreed to when they got married. She fell into the feminist trap. She followed society's lead. She rejected all of that, and they got divorced. And she spent years and years alone, focusing on herself, chasing her career, and dating people who also did not want to get married and also did not want to have children. And then she turned 38, and she took a good long look at her life. "I told my friends and family that I'd never get married again. I needed independence, a fulfilling career, and space to chart my own course. And I didn't think marriage fit into that vision.
Career.
I was content to look towards a future without a husband, children, or the trappings of a traditional life." But then, after a bad breakup and her 38th birthday, she said that she
What I'm trying to always understand, like, a woman that is trying to say I want to focus on my career doesn't tell me anything. Again, a woman who, I don't know, will tell you that, yeah, I want to become a singer, or I don't know, a dancer, or I don't know, a physicist, a politician. I want to save the climate. That speaks something, because that is an ambitious person. A woman who's just claiming that, focus on career. What is your career? What is your end goal of the career? Like, what is the plan? You can't just, I want a plan. No, 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 no. What do you want? What is, be more specific? And that is how you can actually differentiate someone who is really aiming for someone and someone who's just repeating a message.
She began to feel an incredible urgency to find the relationship and stability to see me through the second half of my life. To my amazement, I began seriously thinking about marriage and children. I hardly recognized myself. And this next part is so important. I also began to feel selfish for spending so much time focusing solely on myself. I went from proudly proclaiming that I was too self-centered to be bothered with a family to realizing there was more to life than independence and the pleasures of living for oneself. My very existence started to feel shallow and hollow. That last paragraph is so good. And I love that she really said the quiet part out loud here about feminism telling women that they need to be self-centered and that level of selfishness is healthy and needed, when really, they're just glamorizing narcissism. And I guarantee you have never seen a truly happy or fulfilled narcissist, so it's never going to work out. I mean, society has told women that nothing matters except themselves, that they don't need anyone else, that they shouldn't want anyone else. In fact, wanting a partner, specifically a male partner, is just indoctrination from the patriarchy, and so you need to completely reject that. But we are social creatures. We rely on community and partnership. We were biologically designed to need and want a better half for protection, for procreation, for community, and it's not a
Brad, you're talking about biology. No way. We're in 2024 where all people, not only people. What do you mean biology? It is what you think. Who cares about facts? She's trying to bring up facts. Pathetic.
oppressive or backwards or wrong to acknowledge that or crave it, because once again, it is natural. And it certainly doesn't mean that you lose your independence or your autonomy or your individuality. Like, in fact, I'd argue that the right partner strengthens all of that with their love and their encouragement and the stability that they offer you, so that you can go off and...
No, but if we're talking serious, think of a relationship, so to say, a family, a society, as a business. If you have if you are doing it on your own, you are really luckily going to get far sometimes, but eventually there is a limit to what you can do, because you only have 24 hours a day. You only have two hands. You need time to sleep, time to eat, all that recovery process. And now imagine that you're building a business with a partner and you both add up to the problems you all have. Moreover, afterwards, you hire staff because you only have 24 hours, and all of a sudden your responsibilities, they grow. Yeah, today you were okay by even writing the local blog. Now all of a sudden you need to meet the vice president. Like, you need someone who is going to still take care of the blog because people need to read it, but you also have like more important stuff to do. And yes, maybe sometimes people are not only going to see the company in yourself. They're going to see the partner, so to say, the husband. They're going to see the staff, which is children. But you get the point, right? They're gonna see it all. Yes, you're not going to be like the only one hero who built it all, but trust me, the business is going to be bigger, and what is more important, more successful. Give yourself 30 seconds to process this thought. I'm not going to even watch. Like, I'm giving you 30 seconds to really think about it. I'm just going to like be quiet for a moment. Like, think. There's so little that all of us can do on our own. Why not team up? Now that we thought about this, let's finish the video.
And do good things, knowing that you can come home to this person. And I love that she discovered this, even if it's later on. And at the end, she wrote, if I sound deaf...
If you're a business owner, then animated explainer videos are the best way to capture attention. Get more
desperate, it's because I honestly do feel a little desperate. At my age, I know that creating a life may not be an option for me, and I worry that men who want a family aren't looking for a woman pushing 40. I get it. I'm no longer the ideal candidate for motherhood, and it's a scary truth. But I still hope to find somebody who thinks that I'm the ideal partner and create our family together. It makes me want to cry because there's so many women in the same boat as her. My heart goes out to her, and I genuinely hope that she finds somebody, and I know that it's possible. Don't listen to what people on Twitter are saying. And on that note,
Beverly
Brandon
Stowe.
Tatum's wife, Corinne, talks about this a lot on podcasts on her Instagram, and I adore her. I think she's fantastic. But I don't think that
Wait. Oh, okay, yeah. I think she. Oh, yeah, she's white. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I just couldn't see couldn't understand the skin of the child. Wasn't sure who the dad was.
Corinne talks about this a lot on podcasts on her Instagram, and I adore her. I think she's fantastic. But I don't think that they met until she was 38 years old, and they had their son soon after. And they are an incredible, incredible power couple. They have a fantastic relationship. They run their business together. I mean, they are wonderful. Their son is adorable. They are so happy. It is not
Business. I'm like everyone. She. I'm telling you, she did it unintentionally, but it's the right word to pick it. Like just think about it again. Think.
not too late for this woman or any of the women out there. Just the fact that they are waking up is huge. And speaking of that, as so many of these millennial women are coming out of the girl boss brain fog, I think we need to reevaluate how society is going to treat them. Because the typical right wing and now red pill bro response is to make fun of these women.
No, Brad. Come on. Don't put Red Wing. Oh, Red Wing. Can see it's late already. Don't put right wing and red pill in one society, please. Again, I think that as every good idea evolves, it is going to eventually find its own lunatics that are going to take it too far. And unfortunately, this is what happened with liberals. This is what happened with the left wing. This was what happened with the right wing. This is what happened with the red pill. And if I would give you a suggestion, people over there, just create your own movement eventually. Even if someone is gonna take it to the fanatism way, at least it's not gonna be you. It's going to be someone else in the future, and there will always be cold-headed people who could actually think and process and understand the real basis and ideas of a movement.
To throw their choices in their faces and tell them that they've hit the wall because they're above 30 years old. That does nothing to encourage them or welcome them or make young women feel confident or supported by our side of the aisle. It truly does more harm than good. And yes, these ex-girl bosses did make choices and they are facing the consequences, but they're taking responsibility and they shouldn't be shamed for that. And we can't ignore the fact that they didn't make these choices alone. This is what our culture told them to do. They were doing what they believed to be the right thing. Brittany Martinez, who is the editor-in-chief of EV Magazine.
Yeah, but you still pick what to be influenced by. It's not that everyone all of a sudden became a zombie and etc. There were still women who did not fall for this trap. I mean, I get what what Brad Cooper is trying to say, but again, I'm always somewhere in the middle. I cannot take any sides. That's why whenever someone asks me if I'm red pill, blue pill, left wing, right wing, I say I'm on my own wave. I hit somewhere in the middle because I try to take the best ideas and combine them into one simple and actually really good idea. Because they all have their own flaws. Like, for example, right now that we're talking, on one hand, I can agree with her. On the other, she's still not completely right. It again depends from which perspective you're talking. It's like a common joke that I think my father tells me that lawyers have, for example, when they get approached and they get asked who is right and who's wrong, they ask a follow-up question. Well, who's the client? It's really here, who's the client? A lot of the times in this video, those girls are the clients. So Brad is, so to say, their good advocate. I'm just going to be the audience. I'm like this audience that comes to watch the cases, like in the United States courtrooms. That's somewhere or the judge. No, actually, not. Screw those audience. I'm gonna be the judge. I'm going to listen to both sides, and I'm gonna pull the verdict. Yeah, being the judge is the best decision.
Magazine wrote a great tweet about this recently, and I want to kind of end this episode with this. She said, "What people don't seem to realize is that a lot of the people in this millennial generation either came from broken homes where marriage was not modeled well for them, or were told by their parents that they had time or to focus on their careers before settling down. They didn't have people encouraging them to get married and find love young while their hormones were conflicting them. The women grew up with the be a girl boss messaging throughout the media because that was the cool thing to do. Not saying that you can't have a career, but now these women are turning 30 and lost. They're told now that they're worthless when they thought they were doing the right thing all these years by getting their PhD or whatnot. We will have a generation of unhappy people, and we will especially see it in the millennial generation, unfortunately. But it's
Don't insult people with PhDs. Come on, you could have picked a better term. Who is Brittany Martinez, by the way? Let me quickly Google, because again, I know so many. Actually, most of the women that get the PhD that I know are married. I'm telling you, like, even at my university, I'm thinking about it. Like the professors with the PhD, and they're like not, they're hitting their 30s probably around there, and it- they are both married. Like remember two of them, Brittany Martinez, some kind of model. Okay, no search of it.
not helping anyone to tell women once they've hit 30 that they're doomed if they're single. Is it easier
Wait a second, is she married? Uh oh yeah, she has someone. Okay.
to find love younger? Yes. Do others find love later in life? Also, yes. If women want to help the next generation not be in this predicament, they can show the world how beautiful it is to love and be loved. Make marriage look sexy over being single in an epic high-rise in Manhattan. Granted, marriage isn't for everyone, but it is beautiful and I highly recommend it. I just see no point in laughing at others' misery. You can't turn back time, but you can always make the most of your future. People, specifically women, taking account of their life, their values, what they want, and trying to make a change isn't something we should laugh at. Our society needs good women. We need good mothers, we need good families, and we certainly need more children, if you've been listening to Elon Musk. Now is not the time to mock and point fingers just so you can say, I told you so. Well,
Yeah, that's the end of the video, and lesson of this video, of this reaction, will be very simple. You can screw up in the past, obviously. All of us do, in different ways. But does it really matter? Like, if you made a stupid decision yesterday, does it really matter what you do today or tomorrow? Yes, it's going to affect maybe in some way. You're going to be remembering it, but you can't change it. So why bother about it? You know, if you had a plan for the day and you plan to wake up at 7 a.m. and you woke at noon, well, yes, you missed 5 hours, but you still have 12 or more, depending when you go to bed. You still have time to do stuff. So why not using it correctly? So the moral of the story is this: it is never late to do something. Literally never. Because as we talked, I think we actually, yeah, we talked about it in this video. If you're alive, if there's still life, then there's always hope. And you can do really anything you want. The choices are yours. Now, I still don't understand why I can't form this camera correctly, but this was our stream today. I thank you for watching it. It was zynoVII7 giving you yet another Brad Cooper stream, first stream of 2024 with her. And I was thinking about going out live on Saturday. I'm not sure yet, depending how my plans will go on. But if we do go, then I'll see you live on Saturday, because I don't think there's going to be a video on Friday. And if I don't go live, then there will be a stream next Tuesday. Yes, next Tuesday there will be one, definitely, and I think there's going to be a reaction from the previous streams dropped in the YouTube, but on YouTube. And also, if you didn't listen to the Oppenheimer song, please go and listen to it and genuinely share your thoughts about it. Yes, not gonna keep you here much longer, and talk to you very, very soon.